Assalamu alaikum. Hello everybody. Today's lesson is about a grammar point. It's about the passive voice. The passive voice. It's a very important grammar point in the second year. I'm going to be brief, simple, and to the point. And I hope you learn something from me. And I hope that by the end of this lesson, you'll have no problem with this grammar point, which is the passive voice. So let's start. I will answer 3 questions, and I want you to retain 3 points. The 3 questions I'm going to answer are this. Why use the passive voice? I'm going to focus on this question. Why use the passive voice? Second question is the form of the passive voice. What is the form of the passive voice? And finally, the third question is the use of the passive voice. So, why use the passive voice? What is the form of the passive voice? And what is the use? Let's start. We use the passive voice for many reasons, but the most important of these reasons is that focus is led on the action, not the agent. I'll explain this through an example, a very simple example. The boy writes the letter. The boy writes the letter. Where is the agent? The agent is the boy. The verb or the action is writing the letter. Here, focus is laid on the boy and of course also on the writing of the letter. Here the boy is very important. In the passive voice, it's totally different. We reverse the sentence. We say the letter is written by the boy. So look here. We start with the letter. So the letter or the writing of the letter is more important than the boy. We don't care who writes this letter. We can say by the boy or we can't. We'll talk about this later. What is important? So, what is important is the action, not the agent, the writing of the letter, not the boy. Another reason why we use the past simple is that simply we don't know who is the agent, who does the action, who writes the letter. We don't know, so we can't use the active voice. And finally, there is another reason which is of similar importance. I also explained this through a very simple example. Adil or Saeed makes a mistake. And I don't want to speak in a direct way to Saeed or to Adil and say, you made a mistake. You resort to the passive voice, use the passive voice, you say, a mistake is made. Of course by Saeed, but I don't want to say this, because it's an embarrassing situation for Saeed and for both of you. So let's summarize. We use, concerning the first point, why use the passive voice? We use it because we don't know, because the agent is more important, the action is more important than the agent, or simply we don't know the agent, or to avoid an embarrassing situation. This is the first point. The second point, which is related to the form of the passive voice, I'm going to say this. Please be careful. Look at this. What is the passive voice? To be plus past participle, of course, of the verb plus by. This is a rule. This is a very important rule you have to remember. by heart. We have to learn by heart. I like to work with numbers. Let's use numbers like these. 1, verb to be. 2, passive voice, past participle of the verb. And 3 is by. What I have to say about 1 is this. You have verb to be. So, without verb to be, there is no passive voice. So what you have to learn about the verb to be is this. We have one verb to be, of course. But this verb to be is not always I am or you are, as you may think. Sometimes it is I am. And of course, am, are, is. Sometimes it is was, were. Sometimes it is will be. Sometimes it is was being or were being. Sometimes it is simply are, is, or am being. Or it is has or have been. And of course had been and will have been. What is all this? All this is verb to be in different tenses. And always remember, please, that in every tense we say the simple, the continuous, and the perfect. So what is verb to be in the present simple? Am, are, is. I am, you are, he is, etc. This is was, where it's verb to be in the past simple. Will be in the future simple. Has been or have been in the present perfect. Had been in the past perfect. Am, are, is, being, it's in the present continuous, and was, being, were, being in the past continuous. So, in the passive voice you have to know all this. Verb to be in different tenses. If you don't know this, you're going to do nothing about the past passive voice. Second, or number 2. Number 2 is about the past participle of the verb. Many students don't know what is this past participle. Is it another tense? You cannot say this. Look at this. To go. What is to go? It's a verb. At the end of your books, you always find this, but you don't give too much attention to this. To go. Went. What is went? It's the past simple of the verb to go. And we have gone. I want you to focus on this, gone. What is gone? This is the past participle of the verb to go. Similarly, another verb, to leave. What is a past simple? Past simple is left. And also, the past participle is left. So I want you again to focus please on this, left. Another verb, to take. Past simple is took. Past participle is taken. And again, I want you to focus on this. So this is the infinitive, this is the past simple, and this is the past participle. Let's go back to the passive voice, the rule. To be plus past participle of the verb. So to be, remember, am or are or is or will, plus past participle of the verb. If it is to go, use gone. If it is to leave, use left. If it is to take, use taken, etc. So please, I want you to learn these verbs by heart. These are what we call irregular verbs. Of course, if we have verb to visit, for example, the past simple is visited, and the past participle is also visited. It's no problem. To finish, finished, finished. Now, to be plus past participle of the verb plus by. And as you may have noticed, I have put by between parentheses. Why? Because it is optional. What do I mean by optional? You can use it or you cannot. You can use it or you can omit it. I'll give you an example. Let's go back to our sentence. The boy writes the letter. This is the active voice, not the passive voice, of course. The letter is written by the boy. It's correct to end like this, to say the letter is written by the boy. Look here, we have is, it's verb to be, and written is the past participle of the verb to write. And number 3, as you may have, as we can still see, is by the boy. We can stop here. I want you to know that we can stop here. It's also correct. The letter is written. The boy writes the letter here because the agent is important. Here it's no longer important. What we focus on here is the action, the writing of the letter. This is why we can stop here. We say the letter is written, and that's all. It's finished. It's correct. But if you use it, it's not a problem. But please, I want you to be careful about this. If we say people, or they, or everybody, for example, writes the letter. Please be careful. You can't say the letter is written by people. You can't also say the letter is written by them. You can't also say the letter is written by everybody. It's not that important. If you say people, you're not adding an important information. You're adding nothing. What we focus here is the action and not the agent, and you stop. What is the agent? It's people. It's they. It's them. It's everybody. We're not adding any important information. So please take this for me. Never say by people, by everybody, by him, by them. Thank you. Now, so the boy will write a letter. Of course, in the passive voice, you start like this. But don't worry about this a lot. Why? Because it is in the exam. You are already given this. This is how the question in the exam is. The boy will write the letter. You'll not be asked to transform the sentence. You will be given the exercise like this. The letter, so you know that this exercise is about the passive voice. What is a verb? Will write. This is what? This is the future simple. So you remember one. We have verb to be plus participle of the verb plus by. So what is? This is will write is the future simple. So to be in the future simple. The letter will be plus, can you remember? The past participle of the verb will be written by the boy, of course. We can say this. Now, we have another very important point that shouldn't miss here. Passive voice with models. You know what models are? What are models? You know these words. These are must, can, could, may, might, ought to, etc. These are models. So, we'll go back to our sentence. The boy must write a letter. The letter must be written by the boy. The boy can write the letter. The letter can be written by the boy. And similarly, the boy could write the letter could be written by the boy. So the rule here is simple. I guess you already deduced the rule. What is it? The rule is this. Model plus be. Plus, of course, past participle of the verb plus by. So look at this, please. Model plus be. Very simple. If it is must be. If it is can be. If it is could be. Etc. Also, we have the expression to be going to. To be going to. The letter, the boy is going to write the letter. The answer is the letter is going to be written by the boy. So take the expression to be going to as you did with models. So, as a summary, we can go to our voice, to our first 3 points. Why use the passive voice? Because we don't know the agent, or because the agent is not that important, because the action is important. The form is, remember, 1, 2, 3. 1 is to be, 2 past participle of the verb, 3 by, which is optional. And finally the use, we have, I've shown many examples that can help you learn this. Before I finish, I want you to take these points. Look at the active voice. The boy writes the letter. I have a way that I want you to follow. The boy, you can say X. Verb Y. In the exam, in the question of the back exam, you have the letter. So Y begins the first. So what you are expected to do is the passive voice. This is how you know that what you are asked here, what you are tested on here is the passive voice, and not the conditional or something else. The boy writes the letter X, verb Y, the letter Y, we start with Y, so you are asked to, we are tested on the passive voice. So you remember the rule. What is the rule? To be plus verb plus past participle of the verb. The letter is written by the boy. Thank you. I hope you learned something. See you soon. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you.